Okay, let's look at the next problem, which is AC factoring when A is not equal to 1. So let's look at the problem 8x squared plus 26x plus 15. Well, the first step is you try to determine what case it is. That is, what the signs of the two binomials will be. Well, since this is a plus and a plus, that's what I call case number 1. And case number 1, the answer will have two pluses. The second step is you take A, which in this case is 8, and C, which in this case is 15, and you go A times C. A times C in this case will be 8 times 15, and let's see, 8 times 15 will be 120. The third step really is the hard part, and that is you find two numbers which multiply to 120 and add to 26. Now be careful here. Many cases you can do this quickly in your head, but if you can't, you want to write down pairs of numbers which multiply to 120 and which also add to 26. So I think it's 4 and 30. 4 and 30 multiplied together is 120, but they don't add to 36, so that doesn't work. 2 and 60, 2 times 60 is 120, but 2 plus 60 is 62, so it's not 26. So in this case, it's 20 and 6. 20 times 6 is 120, but 20 plus 6 is 26. The fourth step is you rewrite the problem, 8x squared plus 26x plus 15. And you split the 26x into these two numbers, 8x squared plus 20x plus 6x plus 15. Now it doesn't matter what order you have the 20 and the 6 in. What does matter is what the signs are. In this case they're both positive, so you have a positive 20 and a positive 6. Now you do what's called factoring by grouping. And what factoring by grouping is you group these two terms together and these two terms together, and you try to figure out what each pair of terms have in common. That's factoring by grouping. 8x squared and 20x, they both have an x, and you take the largest number that goes into 8 and 20. Let's see, 8 and 20, I think that would be 4. You divide, 8 divided by 4 is 2, x squared divided by x is x, 20x divided by 4 would be 5. Now you look at 6x and 15. 6x and 15, the largest number that goes into both numbers is a 3, and then you'll divide each number by 3, you get 2x plus 5. Now these two terms should match. If these two terms don't match, you may have made a mistake, or you may not have just factored a large number out. So now if we factor out a 2x plus 5 and a 2x plus 5, let's cover those up. If we cover those up, we end up with 4x plus 3. And then 2x plus 5. And that's our final answer. Now it's fairly easy to check your answer here. Now the original problem was 8x squared plus 26x plus 15. And our purported answer is 4x plus 3, 2x plus 5. To check to see if this is right, you simply FOIL the problem out and see if you get 8x squared plus 20x plus 15. Almost everyone gets the first term right, 4x and 2x, that's 8x squared. And they almost all get the last term out right. That's 3 times 5, so that's 15. It's the two middle terms that you have to be careful with. The O, the I, and the O. In this case, 3 times 2x is a 6x, and 4x times 5, 4 times 5 is 20x. And then these two terms combine, 8x squared plus 26x plus 15. And if that's the problem that we started at, we in fact did the problem right. If we look back to our original problem, that is what we got, so that's a check.